Oh, my dears, let's have a heart-to-heart about something that worries many of us as we age: reduced mobility. It's a fear that can keep us up at night, isn't it? The thought of not being able to move about as freely as we once did. It's frustrating and sometimes even a bit scary. But you're not alone in this. Many of us face these challenges as we get older. Simple tasks that I once did without a second thought suddenly became hurdles. While reduced mobility can be a right pain in the backside, it doesn't have to define us or limit our lives. There are ways to work around it, to adapt, and to keep living life to the fullest. So, grab a cuppa, get comfy, and let's dive in. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of fall prevention, it's important to understand why we oldies are more prone to taking a tumble. It's not just about being clumsy or forgetful. There are actually several factors that contribute to our increased risk of falling as we age. Our muscles may not be as strong as they once were, and our balance might not be quite as steady. Our eyesight and hearing can also start to play up, which can make it harder to spot potential hazards. Many of us are on a cocktail of pills to keep us ticking along, but some of these can have side effects that increase our risk of falling. Acting on knowledge is power, and now that we understand these risks, we can take steps to address them. All right, let's talk about turning our homes into safe havens. After all, home is where the heart is, and it's also where we spend most of our time. It's where we feel safe and in control. So it makes sense to start our fall prevention efforts right here. Don't worry, we're not talking about major renovations or spending a fortune. Just a few simple changes can make a world of difference. First things first, let's tackle those tripping hazards. Take a good look around your home. Are there any loose rugs or carpets that could send you flying? Time to secure them or get rid of them altogether. Try to keep walkways clear and tidy. Good lighting is crucial for preventing falls. Make sure all areas of your home are well lit, especially staircases and hallways. Night lights in the bedroom and bathroom can be lifesavers for those midnight trips to the loo. Grab bars by the toilet and in the shower can provide much needed support. A non-slip mat in the tub is also a must. Make sure your staircase has sturdy handrails on both sides. These changes might seem small, but they can make a big difference in keeping you safe and sound in your own home. Now, let's talk about falls-proofing yourself. I know what you're thinking. Exercise? At my age? But hear me out. We're not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. These are simple, gentle exercises that can help improve your balance and mobility. And the best part? You can do most of them right in your own living room. Let's start with something easy, the sit-to-stand exercise. Sit in a sturdy chair, then stand up. Sit back down, and repeat. It might not seem like much, but this exercise strengthens your leg muscles and improves your balance. Try to do it at least 7 times in a row. If that's too much, start with what you can manage and build up slowly. Next up, let's work on our balance. Stand behind a sturdy chair, holding onto the back for support. Now, try lifting one foot off the ground and holding it there for a few seconds. Then switch to the other foot. As you get better at this, you can try holding the position for longer. Now, here's one of my favorites: the heel-to-toe walk. Stand with your heel touching the toes of your other foot, then step forward so your heel touches your toes again. Gentle stretches can help keep you flexible and reduce the risk of falls. Even a few minutes of these exercises each day can make a big difference. Who are your allies in fall prevention? Now, let's chat about something that some of us might feel a bit funny about. Assistive devices. The thought of using a walking stick or a walker might make you feel old. But let me tell you something. There's no shame in using tools that help keep you safe and independent. In fact, I think it's rather clever. Let's start with walking sticks. They're not just for tapping along the pavement, you know. A good walking stick can provide extra stability when you're out and about. For those who need a bit more support, there are walkers. There are sleek, lightweight models that are easy to maneuver. But assistive devices aren't just for walking. There are all sorts of gadgets to help make daily tasks easier and safer. Using these devices doesn't mean you're giving up. Quite the opposite. It means you're taking control of your safety and independence. So don't be shy about trying them out. Talk to your physiotherapist or falls coach about which devices might be right for you. Let's talk about support groups and online resources. This topic is something that's close to my heart. The power of community. Dealing with reduced mobility can sometimes feel isolating, but I promise you, you're not alone in this journey. There are wonderful support groups out there filled with people who understand exactly what you're going through. And in this digital age, you don't even have to leave your living room to connect with them. Many communities have groups specifically for seniors dealing with mobility issues. But what if you can't get out easily, or there isn't a group nearby? Well, that's where the internet comes in handy. There are online forums and social media groups dedicated to seniors and mobility issues. There are some fantastic resources out there with information on everything from fall prevention to exercise tips. Acting on knowledge is power. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to handle the challenges of reduced mobility. So don't be afraid to reach out and connect. Whether it's in person or online, you'll find a community of people ready to support you. There are key preventative measures for fall risk reduction. So now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about some key preventative measures you can take to reduce your risk of falls. Think of these as your personal toolkit for staying steady on your feet. Regular checkups with your doctor are crucial. Make sure you're up to date with your eye exams and hearing tests. Some medications can cause dizziness or drowsiness as side effects. If you're taking multiple medications, ask your doctor or pharmacist about potential interactions that could increase your fall risk. Wear comfortable, well-fitting shoes with non-slip soles. Avoid walking around in socks or loose slippers. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of calcium and vitamin D can help keep your bones strong. Staying hydrated is important too. Dehydration can lead to dizziness. These preventative measures might seem small, but they can make a big difference in keeping you safe and steady. Managing your current mobility journey. Now, let's have a chat about managing where you are right now on your mobility journey. Remember, everyone's path is different, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to focus on what you can do, not what you can't. It's all about adapting and finding new ways to enjoy life, even if things aren't quite the same as they used to be. First off, it's important to be honest with yourself about your current abilities. Just because your mobility has changed doesn't mean you have to become a couch potato. There are plenty of activities you can enjoy that are gentle on the body. It's also important to stay socially connected. Reduced mobility can sometimes lead to isolation, but it doesn't have to be that way. Lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's from family, friends, or professional services, getting support can help you maintain your quality of life and stay safe. Managing your mobility journey is all about adapting and finding new ways to thrive. Taking action steps towards a safer you. All right, we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? But all this information won't be of any benefit if we don't put it into action. I encourage you to watch the video again, pausing and taking note of the tips you need to implement. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. However, if your mobility is already reduced, you can start taking action now. Please leave your questions or share your unique experience in the comments section below this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great content.